Hello everyone, I'm making this video to show you how to navigate our Canvas course and how to work through the homework. So here we are on the homepage of our pre-calculus course, and there's lots of good information here you can check out, but I want to show you mostly what you'll be going towards is modules. Let me show you the student view real quick. So when you're on student view, obviously, which will be your view, you'll see upcoming assignments over here, and if you go to modules, you will see this. Right now I just have the first one open, but obviously I'll be opening these as we go through the class. When we do our live lectures, I will be posting a recording of the lectures right here. So if you miss it or if you just want to go back and review it, you can see the video there. The only catch with that is that the lectures will only, the recordings will only exist for 10 days after I make them. So I probably won't be uploading these to YouTube since they're very long. So they will disappear after 10 days. But they'll be there. The homeworks and quizzes and basically all the assignments you have to do will be here. Because we're doing a live lecture, it's a pretty stripped down Canvas course. I just want to keep it nice and straightforward and simple. And so there you go. Let me go ahead and show you roughly what the homework looks like. It should open up in a second window. So I'm in the student view, so it's going to make me go through this whole thing, which is what it'll do for you as well. You will have to purchase my math lab, so you can either get a code from the textbook. Remember, you don't have to have a physical textbook, or you can, if you go to that, go through that little menu I was at right there, it'll say, enter a code if you already have one. It'll give you an option to purchase a code. That's actually the cheapest way to get access, is if you just use a credit card and purchase a code directly. That no matter what, it'll still give you access to the digital textbook. So remember, you don't have to have a physical one. You'll always have access to the digital one. I think the third option is like 2 weeks free, like temporary access. So if you're waiting on funds or whatever, you can still get started. And after those 2 weeks are up, it'll ask you for a code again, and then you can purchase one or enter a code. So either way, once you get access, this is what the homework will look like. And obviously we can just jump in anywhere. So if you've never used my math labs before, there's a couple things you should get used to. Whenever you have an answer box, usually right to the right of it in blue, or maybe below it in blue, it'll tell you how they want you to answer the answer, right? How they want you to enter your answer. So simplify your answer means, if I give an answer like, 6/8, it's not going to like that because that's not simplified, right? That should be 3/4 instead. So simplify is a pretty vague term, but anything you can reduce or cancel down, they want you to simplify it. So just look out for that. Often there are instructions here that'll save you some frustration. Also, when you click in the answer box, you'll see there are templates for things like fractions or raising things to powers or putting things in square roots, all kinds of stuff, right? And so there's different ways to enter more complicated answers. When you enter an answer, you hit check answer. It'll tell you if you're right or wrong. And I just want to point out to you, you have 3 tries. On the 3rd try, it'll say, nope, you got it wrong. This is what the right answer was. But notice you have this option of similar question. Similar question literally gives you that, a very similar question. It's like the one you just tried, but with different numbers. And then you can try it again. So this just means that you can try the homework problems as much as you want until you get the right answer. Let's see, question help. So view an example is pretty great. You just want to make sure you don't rely on view an example. If you're doing every problem just getting through with the view an example, you kind of need to go back to the lecture and maybe think about the big picture. But either way, if you click view an example, again, it gives you a similar problem. And if you just click continue, it'll kind of walk you through the steps. It doesn't always show every single little step though, right? So you might need some clarification. Don't hesitate to reach out to me. Speaking of, there's some other good stuff here, but I would just jump down to probably the 2 main things you'll use: view an example and ask my instructor. This is great because it automatically loads up my email address. It tells me exactly what question you're working on. It'll even show me if you have tried to enter some answers and it hasn't taken them. It'll show me like what your last answer or last entry was. Just please do me a favor and actually give me a message. I don't really like it when students send me blank ask my instructors, because then in my head it's like, do you want me to do the whole problem for you? Like, give me something to work with. Like, oh, I started this, or I know I'm supposed to do this, but I'm having issues with this. Just give me something to work with. Click send, and that'll give me send me an email. So that's probably the best way to just get quick feedback from me on a specific homework question. So please take advantage of that if you have questions. And again, you can mess around with these other things if you're interested, but probably you'll focus on those 2 things there. Yeah, and so the homework, obviously, you can work on a couple questions here and there and then close it out and come back and work on it again, right? You can work on the assignment as much as you want, on and off up until the due dates. And just to remind you, the due dates will show up here, and I'll send out announcements and everything, kind of reminding you of the due dates as well. Under that, we have, we have grades. Sorry, I shouldn't show you this. Meant to do student view. Your grade book looks a little bit different, but it'll just have the assignments. It'll have your scores down here at the total, have your overall score, and it'll have the different weights. I do need to change these weights around. We're not doing group work since this is all online, but I'll fix that in a second. But either way, it'll show you your overall grade. It'll show you your assignment by assignment grade. I think pretty much everything we're doing will be on my math lab. So as soon as you do the assignment, it should update the grade book. There might be a slight delay, but basically as soon as you do the assignment, it'll show up in your grade book. So this should be a fairly accurate representation of your class grade as we progress through the course. The last thing you see here is My Lab and Mastering. This will also take you to the homework assignments, but it'll give you a couple extra things too. So I want to make sure and show you how to do that, if it'll load it. Get out student view too. Nope, everything's breaking. Okay, cool. So when you go to My Lab and Mastering, I'll give you the short version. Hopefully it'll load. You will be able to view the textbook. There's a button that says e-text. And so obviously you click that, it'll load up a digital version of the textbook. You can also go to the gradebook there. And so the catch is the gradebook is not actually accurate for your grade, but what the gradebook will allow you to do is to review assignments. So like, for example, if you take a quiz, okay, I guess we'll go back here. Sorry, give me 1 second and I'll get us back to where we need to be. There we go. Okay, so you go to My Lab Mastering. Like I said, here's the e-text, so you can access that. You can get to the homework here as well, but I mean, you don't have to. You can also go through the modules. But the gradebook is probably the most important thing here, other than the textbook, because any assignment that you worked on, you'll see it here and you'll see a review button. It's not a big deal because remember, you can work on the homework up until the due dates. But after the due dates have passed, sometimes you want to go back and you want to review old homeworks, or maybe if you've taken a quiz the first time, you want to review your results before you take it the second time. You'll go to the gradebook and you will click review. And notice it says right here, hey, you're reviewing. Any work you do here will not change your score. So it doesn't make sense to review an assignment you're still working on, but obviously if you have, if the due date has passed and you want to go back and review for a quiz or a test that's coming up, you can actually rework all the problems. It'll be just like a regular homework. It's telling you, hey, this won't change your score. But basically it'll be like regular homework. You enter the answers. It tells you if you're right or wrong, but it's all just for practice. So this is a very good, good tool you can use to obviously review assignments, get ready for quizzes and tests, and yeah, look that stuff over. Okay, so again, that is under the My Lab and Mastering button. You can do all your homework this way if you want, but I tried to make it a little bit simpler and just put things in modules so you can just see, okay, here's the straightforward, these are the assignments right here in front of you. You don't have to go here, but you do want to have to go there if you want to do the review or if you want to access the textbook. All right, I think those are the basic things you need to know about navigating this course. We can go over all this on Monday as well when we have our live lecture. Don't forget to access the lecture. If you just go to the homepage here, Monday, what is it, 2 to 4:20 is our lecture. I don't know if we'll go the entire 2 hours and 20 minutes, but we'll have plenty of work to do. But at 2, I will be on here. Well, actually, on my office hour. Well, it'll be Monday, so yeah, won't be till after. But yeah, I will be on this link at 2, so you just click this. It might make you try to download the basic version of Zoom, but you will need a webcam and microphone to participate. I have heard some people say, oh, I don't have those. I can't really get my hands on those right now. Obviously, it's better if you just tune in without a webcam and microphone so you can at least watch the lecture. You can also type in questions, but it's really best if you have a webcam and microphone. That way I can see you, hear you, and we can kind of interact through the class. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys Monday.